lovely Aquarius. What is going on in your eccentric and wonderful Aquarian life? Leave me a comment. I do live through you. There's my confession. Aquarians' lives are always interesting. There's always stuff going on. There's always intrigue. There's often drama. I live through all you and all my Aquarian friends. So populate my comments with what is going on in your life. What's on your mind? What did you have for breakfast? Where have you been? Who did you see? I don't get out much. Okay, we're going to look at your love life. We're going to look at channel messages. We're going to look at anything that wants to come along and rear its ugly head. Okay. Ooh, that's it. Ooh, hello. We've got a jumper. Hang on. And an itchy ear. God. Ooh, okay. This has come up quite a lot, actually. Feminine energy is the name of the game. We got the Queen of Cups, who is a very feminine energy card. She is all about intuition, your feelings, the feelings that you have in your gut. Sometimes Aquarians, because you're fixed air, sometimes you're busy people usually, and you're quite brain orientated often. You sometimes ignore your gut feeling. I feel like you have one about a certain situation, and you maybe as yet haven't followed it. Queen of Cups is telling you you've got some sort of psychic thing going on. You've got the ability to just be able to get messages and receive messages and hints and hunches and all sorts of weirdness that's going to put you in the right direction. You also get the Empress, which is kind of, well, the Empress is all of the queens rolled into one with all of that power. And it's divine feminine energy, but it's also a power card, which a lot of people don't get with the Empress. I don't think, you know, often you think with the Emperor that the Emperor is the power card, but the Empress, she's the one who holds the strings. Okay. Interesting overall energy cards. Let's take a couple, wow, of just kind of life cards, you know, life energy, where we're at the moment, the overall themes. We'll look at your love life, we'll look at career, and we'll look at life purpose. There will be an extended reading, as there is every month. I do that when I get to the end, so if it really resonates, there'll be a love reading as well. We take the cards that came up in your love reading here at YouTube, and we clarify them, and we go digging around. If you want that, it will be the first link in the description box when you're finished. Okay, yeah. You get the Five of Wands, which is a card of communication going a bit weird, things being just a bit sort of crossed. It's not major when you get the Five of Wands. It's not a really, really big deal. It's kind of surface, but it's also about communication. This card comes up when you and somebody else are doing your best to communicate, but you're not really getting there, you know. It's a could try harder situation, probably on their side. I would say most Aquarians communicate pretty well, so only bother to argue about or to clarify the bits that are really important. I think letting quite a lot of stuff just sort of go will be incredibly advantageous to you, you know. Aquarians are good at letting stuff go. You know, you're not petty in that way. You don't need to clarify everything. So there's going to be big things you do need to think about, but don't sweat the small stuff. It will just get in the way. The other card you get is the Devil card, which is talking about anything that you are stuck with, any toxic energy, any toxic people, toxic situations. Usually a toxic situation is a situation that is deprived of oxygen, so nothing can change. If it's a relationship, both parties are invested in keeping it going in this way. If could be a boss at work, we're going to have a look at your work life in a minute, in which case it's somebody who is an archetype that you may have dealt with before. For example, if you get a boss who is very micromanagey, that comes in, they're sort of always breathing down your neck, it may be that perhaps in your childhood or something like that, there was a teacher or even a parent who was very much heavily focused on whether you were tidy or not, on whether you were good or not, those sorts of things. And that now you meet that person again, but kind of dressed up in different skin and bones, and you're like, why am I so triggered by this? It's because it doesn't all belong with that person. It's a bit of your almost life history, okay? So with that Devil card, you may need to kind of, with your Queen of Cups and your Empress, to spend a little bit of time sinking in and just thinking and feeling, where am I at with this? Why am I here? Always a good thing to ask yourself when you're in a difficult situation, whether it's a job that you hate, a relationship that you feel uncomfortable in, or even one that you feel good in. But generally we only tend to question ourselves when we're not feeling that good. Instead of saying, why are they doing this to me? It's always better to say, why am I here? It's an interesting question. It's an open-ended question, and it's one that you probably can't answer straight away. You may have a quick answer, like I don't have much choice or whatever it is, but there is a slow answer. There's the quick answer, but there's the slow answer. And the slow answer is why you need to use your Queen of Cups and why you need to use your Empress energy. Woof. Okay, specifically finances and career, and then we'll look at your love life. Oh, great. The Sun. I'm kind of getting the sky's the limit here. And I've had this for a little while for a lot of people as well. If you're looking for a job, a career, whatever it is, a prospect, definitely go outside your comfort zone. Go for the big stuff. You know, go for what you think might be out of your league. Go for the stuff they said you'd never get. You know what I mean. That teacher at school, that parent, that friend, whoever it is, the one who said you'd never be X, Y, and Z. It's time to be X, Y, and Z with knobs on, you know? The Sun is a very fortuitous card. It's loads of energy coming your way. It's some luck coming your way. It's good fortune. Ooh! And then we have the Four of Wands as well. So in career and finance, the Four of Wands is about following your heart, following your soul, as James Campbell said, following your bliss. Now, for some of you, maybe you've got a certain bill you've got to pay or bills you have to pay, and you know that you can't get out of this job that you're in for 6 months or whatever it is. That's okay. Daydream, plan ahead, think big, get some training, find free classes if you can. Find them online. Usually they're better online. Or in person if you can get them. You're an Aquarius, you are the group, bring a lot to a group energy. Get yourself trained for when you are ready, okay? Because certainly the universe is calling you in terms of finance and in terms of work to your higher self, to your higher purpose. I rather like this. This could be taking a real different turn as well. You know, like really going left field, which for an Aquarius, it just opens up such a lot of doors for you. And we get the Nine of Wands, boundaries. You will need your boundaries, particularly those of you that do have a difficult boss at work or a situation that just requires you to state your bottom line. Okay? Aquarius are usually pretty good at boundaries in my experience. But, you know, we all have a relapse. Keep up your boundaries, because although there's a lot of this very feminine kind of, I've got to feel it in my water kind of energy, there's also the need to contain that. As we can see from my glass, water needs a container. Okay. Shall we look at your love life? I know. What do we need to know for Aquarius, please? That was big. Oh my God. That's happened in a few readings. You get the Emperor, and that is a big card for you. Now, when you've got the Empress already, and then the Emperor comes in, and to be honest, I was feeling that Emperor energy. We have divine counterparts here. Often, it's a soulmate contract or a soulmate situation or whatever you want to call it. It's soulmate energy when you get the Emperor and the Empress. There's a whole kind of divine union. There's a whole feeling about it. I like it. But it's not small beer, you know. It's not a casual fling. It's not... If you think that you can manage a situationship with this person, I'd be surprised. I really would. Usually, you know, and I'm speaking for you because this is your reading, Aquarius. If it's you that wants that and them that wants more, obviously that's easier to manage. But I would still question whether with this kind of energy on the table it can be done, even with two willing participants. This is soulmate energy, not kind of buddy energy, you know? And that doesn't always mean it's necessarily the right time or place, but the energy is right. The energy is big. Okay. If this is resonating, do hit the like button and please do share it, Aquarius, because Aquarians have brilliant social media. So share it on your social media. You know how to do that. You and Gemini are the best at that. And it just would really help the channel. So thank you. Oh my God. Ooh. So hot in here, by the way. So we have the Emperor. Very chivalrously giving me a fan. And then the Magician pops up. Gosh, when you get the Magician card, for me it's often an Aquarius energy, weirdly. Your energy is now kind of coming up in the reading. If this was a thermometer, apart from it being boiling in here with no aircon, that Mercury would be rising, literally ruled by Mercury. This person is an echo of you, is a channeled message that I'm getting for you. I'm getting this sort of sonic echo back and forth, you and them, that I don't really understand. And there are some things around this that only you and this person understand. Other people don't get it. Righto. Nice. I'm going to take another one. Ooh. Right, I get that actually. We get the Queen of Pentacles, which is not a particularly Aquarian energy, but it might be where you're at. The Queen of Pentacles is very often when you've been waiting for something, working on something, going along with something. It's very often shown as a woman. It's quite empressy actually. It's, as you can see, it's always a woman that's on a throne, and it's always a woman that is surrounded by wildlife, you know, blooms, flowers, bunny rabbits, all of those sorts of things. There's a feeling here of elegance, but also of knowing something is happening, something is growing, something is coming to fruition. And it's kind of waiting, but it's what I call the Queen of Velvet waiting. In other words, very, very classy, not chasey, not checky, not sweaty, but more, here I am, I'm the SH1T, so take a whiff of me. It's that kind of energy, which is very attractive to this other person. very attractive, because it's almost exuding, I would love it if this happened, but I can live very nicely if it doesn't. That's a very nice energy. We then get the 10 of Wands. Somebody's under a lot of pressure. Let's have a look who that is. The good thing about the 10 of Wands is that it's reached like a zenith. It's reached its top point. It's reached a point of no return. And it could be just that your actual relationship is under pressure. I'm getting like an iron thing. I don't know, because I'm not a builder, but it kind of holds up a bridge. And you know, like when you see Godzilla or something and the bridge starts to buckle and the thing pops out of the ground, or it starts to buckle and bend. Something to do with that. It's a very strong connection that's buckling and bending. 8 of Wands, communication. Somebody wants to talk. They want to talk about overwhelm. They want to tell you what they're going through. Oh my gosh, the thumbs down. By the way, my computer does do this at times and I have no idea why. I've never had a thumbs down. But you're quite right, computer. This is negative kind of energy. This is someone telling you they're overwhelmed. It could be you telling them. There's an overwhelm. There's a sense of being up against it, but wanting to communicate, which frankly, thumb down, I think is a good thing. So I'll have a thumbs up, please. I bet you it won't do it now. No, it's like, no, you won't. It'll just randomly do it. I like it. It's like a ghost in the machine. Oh, yes. Wheel of Fortune comes up for this relationship. That's good. That's just like, if you're thinking of it in terms of weather and it's a really hot day, that's just like a bonus breeze that comes in your direction for no particular reason, except that it's lovely. We love that. Okay. Nice. Ace of Swords. Right. Because you have the 8 of Wands and you have the Wheel of Fortune, there's this need for somebody to communicate. You will be able to communicate with this person. It may take 8 weeks. It may be when we're going into eclipse season in mid-September. And it may be like 6 or 8 weeks before this can happen for whatever reason. And that's why you are not getting flustered and you're not looking and you're not pouting and you're not like beating yourself up about it. You're finding the things you like to do. You're keeping yourself occupied because you're an Aquarius. And you know that the breeze of good fortune is coming in. Okay. And you know it's going to bring some much needed clarity for you. Okay. Somebody wants to clear the air. They want to make something clear. Oh, that's nice. Temperance. Very nice energy. This is the energy of taking the rough with the smooth, the good with the bad, and overall kind of literally keeping your temper on something. And the 7 of Cups, this is very important. When you get the 7 of Cups, you've got to make sure that you're keeping it real. That there's no kind of airy-fairy glitter and unicorns and brushing it under the carpet going on. Yeah, look, 7 of Swords to go with the 7 of Cups. Both of you, I don't know if it's you, them, or both of you. I think it's maybe both of you. At times can be on guard. Aquariuses are not always loving talking about their feelings. You can deny it in the comments if you want, and I would love it if you did, but when I go out with one of my best Aquarius, I've got Venus in Aquarius, and I love it. I've got something else in Aquarius as well. I don't know what it is though. But anyway, when I go for lunch with it's my best Aquarius friend, I love having lunch with her. We do sometimes talk about feelings. We do actually, because we're kind of best friends. But she won't do that with everybody. She's got absolutely loads of friends. I mean, loads of friends. She teaches yoga. So she's like literally legions of people. Everywhere you go, someone's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in ages. But I get the feeling that she reserves the feeling stuff for her Pisces friend, which is me and maybe a couple of other people. And that's it. She chooses her tribe. Okay? Now this is very important. The twin flame card. Now, some people call it twin flame, some people call it soulmate. I don't know. But I know when you get this card, it's that Empress and Emperor energy. It's twin flame energy. Okay? And that can be pesky and it can be wonderful. I know. So I'm just saying it's here. Baggage. Emotional baggage can weigh down relationships. Unpack your baggage. Have that conversation. And wish card. Someone you wished for is coming into your life or something. But this is so important. Okay, this is so important. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at all of your love cards. I'm going to clarify them. I'm going to pull other decks. I'm going to ask how do they feel about you. I'm going to ask about the twin flame. I'm going to ask about the baggage. Look at the shadow side and sort out a way forward for you. Okay, it's the first link in the description box. I'll see you on the other side. Leave me a comment. Namaste.